Scikit-learn's TransformerMixin is an abstract base class. This means it defines a blueprint or a common interface for other classes to follow, but you can't directly use it to create objects. It's like a template for building specific transformers. The core method defined by TransformerMixin is every class that inherits from it must implement this method. It's responsible for actually transforming the data according to the rules defined in the inheriting class. It's the heart of the data transformation process. What do you think about that? The method, unlike, is not required by TransformerMixin. Many transformers used to learn parameters from data before transforming, but it's optional. Think of it as a preparation step that some transformers need before they can perform the actual transformation. What are the implications of this? This refers to the core subject of the quiz. The Sklearn base TransformerMixin class within the Scikit-learn library. It's a key component for data transformation in machine learning pipelines. This statement is true. TransformerMixin is an abstract base class, meaning it provides a blueprint for creating concrete transformer classes. It cannot be directly instantiated and serves as a template, defining the common interface for all classes that want to perform data transformation. This is true. The transform method is the core functionality of any transformer class inheriting from TransformerMixin. Specifying how data should be transformed. Subclasses must provide their own implementation of this method. This statement is false. While many transformers use the fit method to learn parameters from data before transformation, it's not mandatory for all subclasses of TransformerMixin. The fit method is optional, depending on the specific transformation the subclass needs to achieve. This is mostly true. TransformerMixin defines the interface for transforming data. Whether or not model fitting is involved depends on the particular transformer class. So, while transformation is central, it isn't strictly exclusive of model fitting, which is optional. Yes, TransformerMixin in Scikit-learn is indeed an abstract base class. This means it provides a blueprint or template for other classes that need to perform data transformations. You can't directly create an object of TransformerMixin, but other classes inherit from it to gain its functionality. Think of it as a contract that defines what methods a data transformer must implement. This statement is true. As explained above, TransformerMixin is an abstract base class in Scikit-learn. Absolutely. The core purpose of TransformerMixin is to define the interface for data transformation. Therefore, any class inheriting from it must implement the transform method. This method is responsible for actually applying the transformation to the data. It's the fundamental action of a transformer. Correct, because the transform method is essential for data transformation, which is the whole point of TransformerMixin. Classes inheriting from it must implement it. Okay. So this statement says that any class using TransformerMixin must have a fit method. But that's not quite right. While many transformers use fit to learn from data before transforming it, TransformerMixin itself only requires the transform method. The fit method is optional. It depends on whether the specific transformer needs to learn from the data. Think of it like this. TransformerMixin is the blueprint. It says what's needed for a transformer, but the specific features are up to the individual transformer. This is FALSE because, as we just discussed, TransformerMixin doesn't force a fit method. It's optional depending on the transformer's needs. This point highlights the important difference between the interface defined by TransformerMixin and how individual transformer classes choose to implement that interface. This one's true. The main job of a transformer is to, transform data. The transform method is how that happens. TransformerMixin ensures that any class using it provides this essential data transformation functionality. It's the core functionality that defines a transformer. Yep, this one is TRUE. TransformerMixin is mainly focused on defining the transformation interface. Whether a specific transformer needs to do any fitting, learning from data, is up to that transformer itself. Okay, let's explore the method. In Scikit-learn's transformer world, is often used to prepare the transformer. Think of it like a chef prepping ingredients before cooking. It doesn't do the main cooking, transformation, itself, but it sets things up. It's optional. Some transformers don't need this step. For example, a simple scaler might not need to learn anything from data before scaling, but a more complex transformer might need to learn parameters from the data to perform optimal transformation. Now, the method is the heart of the matter. This is where the actual data transformation happens. Every transformer needs to have this function. It's the essential part. Think of this as the chef actually cooking the food. The main event. Without, you wouldn't have a working transformer, because the is what does the data manipulation such as scaling, encoding, or feature extraction. The method is absolutely required. It's the defining characteristic of a transformer. Without it, the class doesn't meet the basic requirements of being a transformer. The method is optional. It depends entirely on whether your transformer needs a learning phase before the transformation. Some do, some don't. It's all about the specific type of transformation. Yes, TransformerMixin is indeed an abstract base class in Scikit-learn. Think of it as a template or a blueprint that other classes, concrete classes, can build upon. You cannot directly use a TransformerMixin. You have to create classes that inherit from it and add the required details. No, classes inheriting from TransformerMixin are not required to have a method. As discussed earlier, the method is optional, depending on the needs of that particular transformer. TransformerMixin only mandates that the inheriting class must implement the method. Correct. To be a valid transformer, a class must provide the method to actually carry out the data transformation. It's the essential operation that defines it as a transformer. Mostly true, TransformerMixin primarily defines the interface for transformation, focusing on the required method. The actual implementation of model fitting, if any, is left to the subclasses. The statement is accurate in saying it focuses on the transformation interface, but it's important to recognize that some subclasses might include fitting. This refers to a core component of Scikit-learn, a popular Python library for machine learning. TransformerMixin is a crucial class that helps to create data transformers used for preprocessing or feature engineering in machine learning pipelines.